how's it going, everybody?
Happy Sunday.
Yeah.
And happy Father's Day.
It is Father's Day.
To all you fathers out there, especially those still in your kids' lives.
Yeah.
And those of you like us who have fathers. We're going to be seeing yours soon.
Yeah, after this, we're going to go hang with my dad and do some fun stuff. Before this, we wanted to do a very special unboxing. We got something in the mail. So we've been waiting to do this unboxing for the Rippaverse Dokumaan Cards Deck 2. So join us for that. And if you're not already, make sure to get on YouTube so we can see your comments best. Let us know that you're here watching with us. Throw something down in the comments. It's youtube.com/thephilosopher. So you can see it down below. We're going to let that tick down there for a little bit. So join us and let us know you're here. Say hi. So, hey, what's up, Robert? Good to see you again.
Hey, Robert, good to see you.
So we're doing an unboxing of this latest thing. We already actually, we got in our Yaira perks.
Look at that shipping tape. Custom Rippaverse Eric July's hat with the lightning bolts tape. And
we got in our other comic perks already. Yeah. We did some pictures.
This is cover A, right?
Right.
Cover
we did
A,
some,
and this is their Rippazine.
Yeah, promotion of that, and it was really good. We actually read this together, so we read it in bed together. It was fun, which is a great way to read. The comic is relaxing in bed after a long day. Hey,
we do
Brian,
a lot of things in bed together. Hey, Brian.
So I'm excited. We're just gonna go ahead and do this. So you're gonna be the one who.
All right, you want to start with the unboxing?
Yeah, we're gonna unbox them. We're gonna both check out the cards, and we'll even compare it to the first one too.
Oh, that was the first one.
So right, this is the first deck. Now we are going to be talking about the cards in detail specifically. So there are going to be spoilers. So if you're trying to avoid spoiler content, then maybe bookmark this and save it for a future date after you get whatever. But we are going to
I want to talk about what happened
into detail
in Yaira.
Yeah, even most people got their perks already. I think they said there was just 300 more left to do. I guess maybe last legs. So most people should have gotten their perks ready. I think most people have already read their stuff. But again, if for any reason you haven't, you could always bookmark this and come back. Yeah.
So spoiler alert. All right. Let me open this. I don't have a knife.
Okay. You can. Yeah. It's actually, the tape's not too crazy. It's not, it's pretty easy to open if you just use a little key.
Oh, I see.
It's not like duct tape where oh my gosh, Yeah, you can just pull across. It should come right off.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a kind of tape that is secure enough to keep the stuff in, but not so crazy that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna destroy what's inside here to open it. So it's good,
it's not like
it's good packing tape.
Furniture packing tape.
You're not gonna destroy your comics trying to open up the box, basically.
There you go.
Which would be horrible, honestly.
That'd be I do burpees every day,
Yeah, it's a good thing you do burpee. Look at that muscle.
I'm so strong. I can lift at least 20 pounds.
You can lift at least 20 pounds?
Per arm.
That's a lot for someone who's very short.
For a woman. I know.
Yeah.
I go to the gym and it's like someone just got done lifting 100 pounds with their arms. I'm like, what are you, a monster? No.
Look at this. The box is so easy to open. Even a small Asian woman can do it.
Thanks, Eric July.
So how is it packed? What do we got in there? What do we got?
All right. So first, got some bubble wrap. Got a layer.
Right. So we got some bubble wrap. So it's cushy. So it's going to stay safe. That's good.
I'm popping these. Okay. I'm so weak. All right. Oh, we got another layer.
Another layer of bubble wrap.
But that's what it's all wrapped in, actually. So everything's wrapped in.
So be careful.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, boy.
It's like Christmas. Jiminy Christmas. Or whatever they say.
Jiminy Cricket.
Jiminy
Christmas. All right. We're going to throw this.
That's what happens when English is your third language. Oh, this is so cool. This one's colored. Ooh,
there you go.
Whoa.
So now we can see the comparison. It's a whole different level.
Wow. Right? This is it's
It
awesome.
was very cool.
And you got art on it, but it's
This
cardboard.
feels like a pizza box kind of thing. But with
it feels like a pizza
custom
box.
Paint job on this.
This is I just bought a game.
Yeah.
I bought a game or something.
Right. It's got that nice.
And there's Dragon Balls. Nah, that's just what it reminds me of, Dragon Balls.
It doesn't remind me a little bit of Dragon Ball, but it's not Dragon Ball.
Whoa. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, show it up close to the camera here.
Hey, it says Dokumaan, right?
I think it's Dokumaan.
Archives. And then on the sides, it says, once open, there's no going back.
They really warn you before doing this, huh?
Beholder beware.
It kind of scares you. It makes you wonder, should I...
Keys to hidden knowledge contained within. Is this the knowledge of the tree of good and evil? I'm sorry, the book of good and evil. Okay. The individuals documented within the following archives are those whom I have noted as being exceptional during my continued watch of the realms and suspect they shall play a significant role in the events to come. Hey, Rippaverse. Oh, this is cool. Nice work. I mean, this is really cool and impressive.
Yeah.
And it's just the box.
Notch up. So, yeah, so they did a good job really.
You really feel like a fan of the Rippaverse that they keep improving their
right,
their
exactly.
quality.
You're always seeing them grow, which is super cool to see. Because again, that's how it goes. You create something brand new. It's never been done before. You have to sit there and see what works, what doesn't, and then you learn about what to do better, and it keeps getting better. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
So it's really.
Is this your first time seeing this too? The box
in person. I've seen it online.
You've seen the box.
Like
okay,
I've seen like just because they have the box when you go to get the perk, but I haven't actually, of course, seen inside. I've waited.
All right, let's open it. Ready?
Yeah. Is it gonna be dangerous? Oh, okay.
What's in here? It's Chadran.
Hey,
Chadran bloodruth.
So that was one of the ones that they showed. I think they did a tease on it, and they showed that they would have Chadran. So that's a known character that was going to be revealed, and there's supposed to be ones that haven't.
Look at this art. Like as I move it, you can.
It's got. Is it lenticular printing still? Right?
Is it two?
Yeah,
like two scenes in the back. Basically?
Right. So it's got like a sense of motion to the background. Right. That's super cool.
Oh, but he stays still.
That's interesting.
Hey, that's really cool. I love that.
Yeah.
All right.
Because like in the old one, right? They also did it's lenticular printing. It's where
nice.
It's got that ribbed kind of feel to it, and if you do the artwork a certain way where you do the printing, it gives a sense of motion to the backgrounds.
Oh,
so
awesome. All right, so I'm gonna take the rest out.
Yeah.
So you can
all right, so nice and
it's
now de-virginized. There's nothing behind there. It's no longer mint in box.
Yeah.
It's been opened.
That's true. Well,
that was always the goal.
I guess we'll keep it for our kids when they're older. Yeah, especially I'm like, okay, this Yaira issue is definitely like 18 plus.
18 plus. 18
hey, it
plus.
depends on your size.
I don't think that's 18 plus, but
what would you say it is?
No, I mean that Yaira, in terms of language, they censored out a bunch of the words, and the most gratuitous thing was in terms of like sexual content, which is not even sexual. It was just
spoiler.
She took out his breath, Brian's breath.
They're totally making out.
Right, they made it look like a kid. No, it's like written like PG-13 at most. Like we're borderline, really. It's more like 12.
I guess it depends on your sensibilities as a parent.
It ain't 18 plus. Let's put it that way. Since you make it seem
I'm like you're not reading this till you're 25.
Yeah.
Depends on the. All right. Whoa, Chadran.
Okay, so first one up is Chadran.
It's cool. There's a Rippaverse 12 at the bottom.
So that's good. It's numbered, right?
And then on the back, there's a bio.
Oh, but that's of a different card.
Oh,
never mind. I didn't realize that you put the whole deck together. Sorry.
No. It's a thick card too.
Thick snicker.
I mean, it makes sense. I guess I won't read all of this.
I will. Yeah, don't worry.
This is Chadran Lincoln Eusebio. Huh.
So in the first ones, I'm just going to look at these numbers real quick because in the first deck, they actually are numbered at the bottom. So
I'm wrong. You're right. It's a whole deck. I should take it out. It's not one card.
Okay, so hey, I'm right about something. All right.
I was like, that doesn't look
right. And then this is a little out of order. Okay, so there's two.
So you're showing the first
was
one.
2 because again they put the numbers. So I'm just seeing what it goes up to see the continuity here.
Oh, does it go to 11?
Right. It looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey.
10. Let me see here.
11.
Where'd it go? Right. Okay. 5. There we go. Yeah, it goes to 11.
Cool.
So 2, 3, 4.
Right, I'll flip these.
5.
I'm pretty sure 11's there. So then it just goes 12. And this is bloodruth. Let's see here.
I didn't realize how disorganized this was when I put it back.
Yeah. Here, I'll look.
There we go. I'm good though. 7.
Go
8.
through. This is Sydney Bloodruth. So I meant to show this is Chadran's bio. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure Chadran's not Lincoln.
Hey.
Whoa, this is awesome. These are like huge Playing cards.
So let me take a look here. I'm gonna read this after we go through. Okay, so that's a new one. That's what we want to be careful of to show and make emphasis on because so far,
yeah,
we definitely have seen obviously Chadran before with isom. Sydney
This
we
is
knew about
Sydney
with the Bloodruth
Bloodruth.
preview.
There you go.
So now we're gonna get
That's
into
13. This
some
is
characters who,
Sanford Williams,
which we've seen, and he's the hand on his ranch, his isom's ranch hand. So that's a character that's been seen before, but it's not. You gotta cover your face because it's looking for a face.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Face. Okay, cover my face. Cool.
So okay.
And then lastly of this set is Lincoln. So there's 3 total sets.
I don't know that I've seen him before. So I'm kind of I have to check his back. Like, has he been in the background or something? I don't know. It just doesn't pop out to me.
Yeah.
Oh, it does show first appearance isom 2. So then
maybe it was like a quick.
Maybe it's a quick
like
thing. I
he
don't know.
wasn't a focal point.
Yeah, we'll read that in a second to see.
All right, here's the bag. If you want to put those back.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna put them in yet. I'm gonna.
Oh, you're
because we're gonna read them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then this next set here, starting at 16. Let's take this. So. I mean, this is so cool.
Yeah, these are super cool. Lenticular printing, and honestly, like they really took it up like a crazy notch on this. It's pretty insane, actually. I mean, just look at this right here.
Wow.
And now this actually pops in the light here. This you can really see.
So you're saying it's better than the first set?
It looks better. It seems to me that
you show side by side.
They did to what, compared to like 1 or something?
Yeah.
You can kind of see that.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
you can really
they actually really made a big use of the lenticular printing on this new set. Because again, when you do lenticular printing, you need to actually have, typically, if you want to make it very dynamic, you need to have different artworks that go into different sections. So when the light hits it at a certain angle, it actually changes a bit more.
Wow.
So this, if you see here, it does feel like it's 3. So I wonder if they actually did 3 images, or if this is just more the effect.
Ooh, great work, Eric July.
It seems more.
The Rippaverse team. Why do I keep doing that? Because Jack did a hilarious skit.
Yeah.
He was the anti-Rippaverse. You should watch
good to see you, David.
Those are hilarious.
Yeah,
Jack Lloyd. Go to his YouTube channel. You want to go through the rest of these?
Oh yeah, we're gonna go through.
Yeah, I liked your comparison. That really showed they really stepped it up a notch. Not just the box, but the cards.
Yeah.
So this is we have seen this is Galvin.
Right, Alpha Core.
I've seen this guy before.
Oh. What do you want to see? The close up? There you go.
Yeah. I just like showing the
right.
Hey, cool. All right, I'll hand that to you.
Yeah.
This other one, Billy Bob. I don't think I've seen him before, actually. Have you? Billy Bob. I don't think so. It's like Fire Sasquatch.
It says first. Wait. It says first appearance Alpha Core 1.
Okay.
So never mind. Yeah. I don't know why. Some of them are more because that was a quick one.
I remember Chad Rand, but maybe it's because he was on the cover.
Yeah, and obviously I remember Galvin because he was a main tease
Galvin
too.
Was cool
in the trailer as well.
I remember that. Yeah. All right. This is Mick Davies. Oh, I remember this character.
Right. isom 1.
isom 1. Right. He's part of it. Wow, neato. Here you go.
Neato.
All right, here's the next set.
All right, thank you.
All right, this is the last set here. Last deck of cards. Oh, this is so cool.
And this one too has a blue color.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like they changed up some of the colors. You know, some of these in the corner have different colors.
Oh, pretty.
They have an outside color that matches the interior.
Nice. All right, this is Stefania.
Yeah,
the back. So here.
Yaira number 1.
Oh, and Yaira. That's right. So that's Stefania. Then here you have Altona Daniels. That's cool. Hey, first one, isom 1. Okay, awesome.
Now I'm a little confused because.
And lastly is Goodyng. I like his name.
So Goodyng is the one that is new then.
Whoa, look how cool that looks.
Like, wait a second.
I really like Goodings. And on the back, you could see Gooding's first name is Kato. I'm like, is that a little nod from ANCAP Eric July? Anyway, this is really cool. So yeah, amazing work, Rippaverse team. This was really awesome. Really happy with.
And now, so I was wondering because we went through and I was like looking to see, okay, which one's the new one, and I was a little thrown at first, but now we know. Okay, so it's goodyng, who is the new character, as in this is one they have not actually had a comment for before, even though it was previous. So I thought
he had an ad, like there's a flyer for goodyng, like offering his services.
About it, but I was expecting to see a totally new character that we haven't seen anywhere before. So, but that's cool. It's nothing wrong with having characters that have been previewed or one that hasn't actually had its own comic series yet.
Yeah.
But now we have a lot to dive into.
And I wonder, in this second set, there's a lot of characters. Is there did they do any like repeats of the ones they did in the first set?
Repeats? No, there's no repeats. All the characters are different from
the first set.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that just shows you how many characters there are in the Rippaverse, in the Rippa universe here. Wow.
Cool.
That's really cool.
Well, let's give it a read over. So, let me see here. So this will be for Chad Green. So let's see. I'm gonna do this in a way that I can hold it up and maybe.
Is Chadran supposed to be a Chad?
A Chad.
Is that like?
Well, it says Chadran, real name unknown, height 8'5". Wow,
it's pretty Chad.
600 pounds, birthplace unknown. It says the juggernaut known as Chadran is the reason Isom retired, or rather, his beating an innocent to a bloody pulp while he was unable to save her was his true motivation. You never forget the first person whom we were wholly mismatched to fight and how truly helpless that feels.
It's not Chad.
Yeah. I wonder if he still hears her screams, sees those terrified eyes staring back at him, those pathetic pleas for help before that horrible moment haunting him wherever he goes. Maybe to finally put her soul to rest, he must continue his vocation to fight evil and protect the innocent. Chadran is unaffected by the damage he has caused. He swats those who dare stand against him like flies to their deaths. A true nightmare-inducing monster, unraveling the mysteries behind his identity will be the secret to defeating him. However, should history repeat itself, it is more than likely that Chadran will be the reason for much more permanent retirement for Isom. So they're clearly making, Chadran is definitely an arch nemesis character, not just a passing
super evil dude, doesn't care.
I don't think we're going to be seeing him go away anytime soon if he's that level
of super powerful.
Of power. Right, exactly. And this is a power observation, nearly invulnerable to physical attack. So does that mean magical attack will work? Because that's always a question right after.
Well, Yaira's ice. Is Yaira magic or is she just ice?
Well, they make it seem like as if she has relation to magic,
strength, and
because again, all right. So cover your ears if you haven't yet. Yaira would, because as I said, there will be.
If you care about spoilers, then
say this for a week.
Pause right now. Add it to your.
We won't be offended, but she was the reason her birthing children was tied to the Norse, and it seemed like that tied to why they were going to be ultimately seen as these godlike characters. So it seems like as if her powers intertwine.
She's an except, which is like a species, I guess, that's super powerful,
but it seems like she came from another planet. So
no,
I don't know if that makes her an except, honestly.
Oh, I thought people.
There are people who are accepts, but
she was referred to as an accept. No,
I mean we could take a look at her card and see if they said that she was definitively accept, because it just seemed to me like there was a difference.
Okay,
but so there's the Yaira card from the past.
So this is from the first set.
Yeah, is there anything that said that she is an accept, like definitively?
All right, real name unknown. She's gone to several names. She's 6'3". She's 215 pounds. Birthplace unknown for now. And she can't be from Earth. And now we know where she's from.
Yeah.
Her age is eluding me, but she does appear ancient, perhaps more so than I have. And that definitely was confirmed in her origins comic. I've been keeping up with her longer than any other subject. She has a knowledge base that exceeds those who appear very elderly. Right. She's like super smart.
Right. Because she was alive for like thousands, whatever years back.
She kind of gave me Superman vibes. Like just the idea of being so strong, and she's from another planet.
Right.
She can fly, and she has.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't know that she we don't know yet what created accepts. And so there could be a delineation between those who are transformed a certain way and those who are just actually otherworldly beings. And that's where I think the tension is. And that's what I'm trying to understand is,
Yeah, there's nothing about her potentially being an accept here, but I was pretty sure we read that in the comic.
Okay.
It was like
But is that a label? Is that just, oh, we're calling her an accept just because?
I thought it was the people from
and they don't know.
Right.
Because then why would that be the case for all people if not everybody's from, her planet or whatever? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Yeah. But Andrew said, smash like, bro, 199. That's right. Happy Father's Day, everyone. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a good day with your dad. Thanks for tuning in to the stream.
All right. Let's take a look at Bloodruth.
Okay, cool.
So Sydney Bloodruth, 5'9". Oh, the average man height. So she's a woman though. But for guys, that is the average guy height. So she's tall for a woman. All right, that's a point to take away, is that she's tall for a woman, just to know.
Oh, and so Yaira's super tall.
Oh yeah, Yaira's super tall for a woman.
Right.
She's they say born Victory, Texas. So she's born in Texas. It says the youngest child and only daughter of the mysterious Bloodruth family bloodline. Sydney Bloodruth is an accept like no other. See, they clearly say accept.
They call her an accept.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
But this is the second set. So you know what I mean? That first one with Yaira, she was supposed to be a mystery, but we just have to go through Yaira, the comic. In fact, if you hand it to me, I'll read it.
You'll read it? I don't know if you'll find it in time with reading all these other things, but we'll take a look. I'll continue reading. All right. So known as a blood witch, she uses her blood to cast spells that seem only limited by her occult knowledge. So again, we have this combination of occult and accepts. So is that, are accepts related to magic? That's a big question.
Oh, here it says right on the back.
Okay.
Dr. Sally Rodell is the latest star scientist to consult at Projexis, the company at the forefront of Flores Park's invention and innovation. A famed archaeologist and biologist, Sally is also Yaira, an accept as powerful as she is mysterious. Clearly not from around here. So in this case, what's an accept?
Right.
Then?
So now
it's not a species. It's just someone who's strong.
Well, that's exactly what we're getting to. Is accept
like a mutant?
That broad?
Like, oh, it's a mutant.
Right. But even within mutants and stuff like that, you could think about, like X-Men or wherever else. Like, there's going to be characters that have powers, so they're not mutants, right? It's not everybody's necessarily mutant. You could have cyborgs. You could have people that have magic or something. It's not mutant. So that's a good question. Is accept going to be used as a catch-all label, even if it doesn't technically apply or something comes out later that, okay, it's just a more broad label, but technically there's differences between, your magic type versus you have an evolutionary thing versus something else,
Oh, Brian Solari said, did I miss Yaira's card? And no, we were just showing the one from the last set. Time. Yeah, there was actually no Yaira in this second.
Because Yaira already appeared in the first deck. So
right.
All right. So getting back to this, it says, though much stronger than your average mortal, she is limited by the blood within her body and must take time to recover after strenuous use of her gifts. So it's blood limited. Okay. Sydney fascinates me as she is one of the few who know of and has traveled to different planes of existence like me. She doesn't trust easily, but has gained the respect of 2 shadow wolves and a dragon, which appear to be treasures kept from her otherworldly travels. She recently left her home in favor of an enigmatic magical castle in Flores Park after a family tragedy. I must keep an eye on her as her unexpected arrival may change everything. And the power observation is blood magic that is limited to the amount of blood in her body. Bloodruth can manipulate her own blood, most often emitting from beneath her nail beds and releasing from her fingertips. The limits and extent of these abilities are still a mystery to me. I've witnessed her using her blood to light up her path, cast spells, create solid objects. I have also seen her use her powers on the blood of others to learn about their secrets. How long to learn? So that's kind of interesting because,
she's more like a neutral character right now. Like she's not really a...
They don't know exactly. I mean, she's been friendly to isom, but the part that's kind of interesting here is, in a comparison to blood characters, I think, Gen V, right? There was a character who could manipulate blood.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
But this blood doesn't look like that. Yeah, this looks way different because it seems more magic oriented, and the blood that comes out doesn't look bloody. It looks more like this,
shards.
Like this
blood shards,
charge, like kind of emanating light thing.
Oh,
so is it more than just blood? Is it something that is like, the blood is just a pretext to it, but then there's something magical around that surrounds the blood?
Well, she has a dragon with her. So.
Right. She clearly has some type of like creature she can unlock magically or use, almost like a extra character.
Oh man, there's like 4 layers to this. No.
This one really has a lot of dynamic range to the angle. Yeah.
4, 5. There's literally
there's a lot of
5 levels art. Let me just kind of zoom in here. How do I? Oh, thanks. Thanks. Oh, look at that. So, like, you can just see, like, it starts here on the bottom left corners, and then as you move up, there's literally like 5 different layers.
There are, yeah. It's a pretty dynamic card.
Each of these cards are really.
All right, let's take a look
cool.
at this next one. Sanford Williard. So I'll take that from you.
You want me to read it, or?
Sure, if you want to read it, definitely we can pass off.
Okay, so he's 6 feet, still shorter than Yaira. 205.
Here, hold it on up.
205 pounds. There. Oh, yeah. Dude. There you go. Hey, Sanford Willard. He looks like a Texas man, no? Like he raises cows. Okay, so this farmhand piqued my interest while he was employed by Isom's alter ego, Avery Silman, and resided at the Exeps Ranch hidden away in Shadow Valley. As a worker, he is dependable, loyal, and strong-bodied. He is devoted to Isom, though I do not know what created this bond between them. What brought this man to work here is of intrigue to me, as Isom rarely surrounds himself with those he does not deeply trust. I must uncover their history, as their future has shifted after a chance encounter with subterranean devlings. Sanford was changed, though how and into what is too soon to tell. After a brief disappearance, he was recovered and observed with glowing incantations across his back. He feels different, no longer human. But for what purpose? Could it be that I'm not the only one observing these Exeps? Does another attempt to change the game by altering the rules? I just like how all these cards, like, it's just like a cool idea to have this character called Dokumaan, who's just overseeing everything, and then he gives you
a watcher
his
character.
Secrets, quote unquote. Like, that's a fun way to like give you more information about the universe. Power observation. Sanford is no longer human, but I am unsure if he has become an Except. Glowing marks have appeared and vanished again from his back in a language that is unknown to me. So some language. Some great power has been placed within him, but for what purpose? A pawn in the game has become a piece worth playing. He is in peak physical condition for manual labor with outstanding endurance, making him a key candidate for this new transformation. It's literally Texas Man. He's in peak from being outside, peak physical condition. Yeah,
it's interesting because they're suggesting that something, and here's the important, they say is no longer human, but I'm unsure if he has become an Except. So the Except. So they're actually starting to say
there's a difference between Excepts and
humans. Like literally human and Except are separate categories.
And but also a third, because you said I'm not.
Right. And also potentially more, maybe 3, maybe who knows. But Except is definitively non-human, as opposed to like a mutant who, technically they're human, but maybe the powers. They're calling, so that's going to be interesting to see. Why is it that they're not considered human?
I would say just, I mean, I wonder what your opinion is, but so far, having read Isom 1 and 2 and now Yaira 1, like, and what did we, was it bloodruth an issue that we read, or is it just she had her own side story? And
no, just side
Isom
story.
2?
Yeah.
Right.
It's just side story.
Yeah. It felt like almost like, but it's just such a rich universe. Like, I can see how there's so many things left to be done. And then you have goodyng coming out, that issue. We just read Yaira. Bloodruth is going to have her own. Apparently it's going to be more like horror, like more for horror gore fans. And then what was the other one that's coming out?
A Horseman.
Yeah, I mean, it's just incredible. Just what has been created here. It's really cool to see what Eric has done. So
David says there was a mark on his back when he escaped in Isom 2 on this character's back. So so now it's starting to bring in some questions, because we
makes you want to flip back and like look through the details, because like there is a lot of details packed into each of these comics, and each issue is lengthy. I mean, is it the standard issue?
These are trade paperback level lengths in some ways.
Paperback level, yeah.
I mean, entry level, like not full, like trade paperbacks, like 10 plus issue, but
it's definitely more than a single issue.
Yeah, it's not a floppy. It's a square bound. So there's a lot more content. So there's definitely, with these cards, it makes you want to go back to the comics and be like, okay, let me go look at that character again with a new light. Now that you have some background on them, because it might highlight some things and maybe get you to look for things, context clues more carefully that you may have not thought were important or just kind of glossed over before. So
yeah, really exciting.
All right, so Lincoln Right here, Lincoln.
Eusebio?
Is it Eusebio? I don't know.
Eusebio?
Someone help me. I don't know.
Someone from the
Eusebio.
Rippa team.
Someone from the Spanish.
I would imagine it'd be Use.
Bio?
Or is it Eusebio?
I thought it'd be Eusebio personally. I don't know. I'm just
I can
making it
say
up.
that maybe.
We'll find out. So his height, 6'2", 200 pounds. Forest Park, Texas is his birthplace. First appearance is in isom 2. It says here about him, when his employees are in danger, he will physically get in the way, even though he's surrounded by security. Lincoln Eusebio is not who you would expect to be a founder of Projexis. So this is founder of Projexis guy. Here we go. His inspired but unorthodox approach to how he runs his company has made Projexis known as the leaders and innovators in the industry for cutting-edge technologies and transhumanism. Oh, okay, interesting. They're bringing transhumanism now. So we have a connection here, more details about him, especially as relates to Yaira too, because she's working there. So what could be more important to those without superhuman abilities themselves during such uncertain times? Lincoln is a futurist and a philanthropist on the surface, but the world-changing actions of Projexis seem to be more self-serving. Corporations work outside borders with the cooperation of different countries' governments, and Projexis is making a lot of friends. The only question is why? A man full of dreams and ambition. I wonder what the source of his endless financial resources is. Who are his allies and what are their interests? So lots of unanswered questions on this guy who's the founder of Projexis. The power observation here is he has genius levels of intelligence matched with what seems like a military level of training. He shows no signs of being an accept, but what he lacks in superhuman powers, he makes up for in tech and resourcefulness. So this might be a guy who uses his resources at Projexis to maybe give himself some special, abilities. Maybe it's through technology, like a suit or something. Who knows?
Right, because they mentioned transhumanism.
Yeah, transhumanism. So there you go.
Maybe he's human, but he has enough money and the means to get technology to
suit up.
Yeah, suit up.
So Lincoln is all of Projexis and his massive wealth, which allows him to live like a king as a titan of industry. All right. So we got rich guy, tech guru.
Nice.
We'll see what he ends up doing with it.
Yeah. Oh, and Dokumaan as a character is not really in the comic, right?
We haven't seen him.
I mean, I haven't seen him in any of the issues.
In the core
yet.
aspects of anything, as far as I remember.
He seems more like
he's an observer.
An observer because he's like is he basically the Grim Reaper?
No, I don't think he's a Grim Reaper. He's like a watcher. So it's like
and he says he travels to different realms.
Right. It's someone who's like kind of observing. I don't know if they'll have a grander purpose later on, but certainly it gives us our insights for now. So
yeah.
All right. We have Galvin. Galvin James, 5'10", 165 pounds. Hey, that's close to me. Well, Forest Park, Texas. First appearance, Alpha Core #1. So this accept is extremely dangerous given his commendable powers and Galvin's willingness to lend them out to whoever's happy to pay him handsomely, right? So it's a mutant for hire, an accept for hire. A simple-minded creature, Galvin is prone to manipulation and emotional outbursts that bring him much unwanted attention and trouble. He became of interest to me when a run-in with the law pitted him against Braxwell of the Alpha Corps, a battle he was destined to lose. I guess not that strong, right? However, Galvin is resourceful as he found himself in the employ of one Michael Copper. Galvin may be a pawn, but his incredible shock powers and abilities to emit stored energy from within his body through his fingertips will keep him as a main player in this grand game. Oh, okay, so he's going to stick around. Unlike others I've observed, he has no morals, making him a lethal and chaotic wild card. Indeed. Oh, okay.
He's a chaotic neutral character.
No, he's not neutral. He's a chaotic evil.
Oh, but because he just hires anyone who he'll work for anyone who says
he has no morals.
Well,
I would think someone with no morals wouldn't be neutral. They'd be, probably evil.
Yeah, I guess I just
because he has emotional outbursts.
He'll work for anyone who'll give him money. So
right. I don't.
Would that be evil, or is that just I don't care?
He's chaotic and he ain't a good guy. So Galvin is able to transit powerful electrical energy and surges from his fingertips. The colors vary. I wonder what the meaning is behind this and how it affects his powers. He is not, however, able to create electricity. Oh, Galvin must come in contact with a direct source of energy to be able to use his gifts. Well, electricity is everywhere, actually. So he should be able to pull off electrons from atoms around him. Maybe we'll see. Billy Bob.
Aren't electrons like in the air?
Yeah, you can have charged particles because electrons are, they're just the outside of the atoms. So technically, you can strip electrons off of many different types of atoms.
That's cool.
So Billy Bob Quinn is actually a pretty big guy. Wow, 6'7", 420 pounds. Yeah, I can. He's 6'7", 420.
Billy Bob.
Birthplace, Forest Park, Texas. He was in Alpha Corps #1. All right. The Accept, a hillbilly man simply named Billy Bob Quinn, captured my curiosity after a reach-up match with none other than Alpha Course leader Brian Solari, which remember the table scene. He was amazingly able to hold his own with his extraordinary
Wait,
fire
Brian
powers.
Solari's here.
Yeah.
Or he was.
Right. Let's see here. He can emit flames of extreme degrees from the palms of his hands strong enough to stop Solari in his tracks. Billy Bob rents out his awesome abilities, and his powers are at the disposal of the highest bidder. Okay, so another, mercenary.
Except for Haya.
It appears someone he refers to as grandma is the one overseeing setting up his jobs. Is that his grandmother? They live together in a trailer on the outskirts of the city. I almost feel sorry for the man. Perhaps under different circumstances, he could have just as easily been led to the side of the angels. I will continue to monitor his path, for this fiery fighter will prove difficult to extinguish. All right, he shoots incredible flames from his hands and can withstand great heat himself. However, he is limited by the laws of physics and cannot create his fire without the presence of oxygen. Okay, so that's a big limitation. No oxygen, no fire.
I like that tied to like actual physics. Cool.
Right, yeah, definitely trying to make things for real.
Yeah, and have some limits and not just have like a bunch of OP characters where
right, if you just do all
they can destroy the entire
it,
universe.
Right.
And there's like no competition.
Yeah. All right, we got McDavies. McDavies.
Right.
All right, so McDavies up in here. Name McDavies, 6 feet tall, 210 pounds. He is from Flores Park, Texas, and he was in isom 1. The human long arm of the law, McDavies, has his hands full dealing with the growing except population of Flores Park and the trouble they can bring with them. McDavies is a decorated officer, loved by citizens, but feared by his fellow officers. He has already had encounters with numerous excepts, but wisely works with the Alpha Corps in more direct conflicts. McDavies does not appear to be an except, although his leadership, powers of deduction, and critical thinking make him a worthy opponent. He is likely to have more encounters with excepts, as those with power are often happy to follow their own laws. A police sergeant who is not afraid to lay down the law with excepts and officers alike, McDavies and his forces will work diligently to keep the citizens safe and deter excepts from running unchecked in Flores Park. So McDavies has never shown any suggestion of acceptability, though he's fearless in facing them. Is he determined to die in the line of duty, or does he have some unknown advantage against the growing except threat? He is a skilled officer and resilient, resourceful detective.
Okay, is it just me, or does he remind you of that character in Batman?
A Gordon?
Yeah. At all.
Not really, because he seems to be more direct.
Yeah.
Gordon always kind of just chilled in the background and like go talk to Batman kind of thing. He seems to be more like a hands-on kind of guy, a little bit more.
I see, and he's a decorated
and Gordon was always like
officer.
kind of the outsider too. He's not. He doesn't seem.
Oh,
like an
he's
outsider.
a police sergeant.
He seems like he controls things, supposed to being a detective. You know, he's like a head as opposed to being like a detective.
Got it.
Doing
he's
his own beat.
Police sergeant.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
We got Stefania.
Yeah, so we just encountered her in Yaira.
Right. We just encountered her in Yaira.
Or that's where she was introduced.
Right.
Okay.
So, real name, Stefania Martinez, 5'6". Wait, what?
What?
It says
what?
Oh, wait.
No, wait.
Oh, okay.
That's the pounds.
For a second, I thought it said 1,000 pounds, but I just read.
Hey, that's how much I weigh. Whoa, she weighs. She's like how much I weigh, but she's like 5 inches taller.
Right. Yeah, according to this, the 1 looks like an L or the L looks like a 1 for a half second. So I thought for a second it said 1,001 pounds, 101 pounds, which actually is pretty dangerously skinny for that height.
It is.
It's dangerously skinny.
1,000.
Yeah, it looked like 1,000 for a second.
Yeah, 1,011.
Yeah, if you want to show it. See, it looked like 1,000. I was like, wait, what? For a half second again. Read up close. All right. Anyway, so 101 pounds. So she's crazy skinny. Like she needs a sandwich. All right. Flores Park, Texas, where she's from. She was in Yaira number 1 for those who read. Who is this street thug possessing the same powers as Yaira? Has she been cursed to draw the witch out? Or is she connected in some far deeper way? Well, if you read Yaira 1, you know. Stefania is too young to know the consequences of her actions. Already a violent gangster at such an early age, but she wears a cross? What? So many gangsters wear crosses, though. Does she realize the hypocrisy of
That's
her
on
actions?
God.
Or is she destined to use that bloodthirst on the side of the angels? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, she is a bomb waiting to go off. Does Brian Slaughter believe he can calm that vengeful rage she carries in her heart? If she does manage to master her abilities, the super cops will have someone on Yaira's power level to bring her in. It is unusual for them to take a criminal into their ranks, but I'm sure she'll be exceedingly popular amongst the Alpha Corps. That'd be chilly if she was part of the Alpha Corps. She got the coal powers.
Neato.
So, power observation. A vessel to the same great abilities that Yaira possesses, but it is completely unknown if she will ever truly have any control over them. So they're kind of implying, you know, what we found out in Yaira. Stefania's explosive rage fuels her unchecked powers. She has used her superhuman strength to break out of cuffs and take considerable amounts of damage. Okay, so they showed that in Yaira 1. She took a direct hit from Yaira and stood back up. Again, another Yaira 1 reference. Some training could hone that killer instinct she has developed as a criminal on the streets. So, Stefania, one of the latest characters to come out because of Yaira. Look at that foot movement.
Yeah, that's really pretty. I love the swirl motion there.
Yeah, hold that swirl.
Cool. Hold the swirl.
Hold the swirl.
Whoa.
So that's definitely one of the more newest, you know, character releases. So that's definitely qualifies as some new content.
Yeah, I actually didn't notice she had a cross. Now that I think about it, when we were reading through it, maybe it just didn't stand out there. But oh, that's cool.
Crosses everywhere. All right, almost finished with this deck. We got.
Yeah, I thought
Altona
in the in Yaira 1, it was an interesting like power struggle between the head guy of Alpha Corps, Brian Solari and just over Stefania, because I mean, if you read it, and here's a spoiler. But that Yaira is basically her, like one of her, like her great grandmother or something, because Yaira's super old,
way greater than that, but yes,
like way greater, because she's like dating some dude back in the days of the Vikings, which is, you know,
way back
thousands.
Yeah, she basically could be. Actually, I wonder when exactly they're, because it's, while they give a period for it, and we could estimate it, maybe, you know, I mean, let me just see here real quick. If
you look up Norse,
when would we look at that time period? Because what would be
but it's basically that she's super old, and it took like maybe hundreds of generations or something of her lineage with that dude for finally there to be powers in Stefania.
Right. Some people say, so apparently, again, there's a range because people are not sure exactly when it could be, you know, back, but it says at least 1000 AD, but it says it could be traced potentially back to 5th century AD, maybe even longer. In other words, at year 500, year 1000, maybe even longer. Some people are not clear on it. So we don't know without years of specific, you know,
hundreds of thousands of years.
No, you mean hundreds to thousands, not hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, hundreds
to
thousands.
Potentially hundreds to 1,000. Maybe if they want to, you know, because again, you can stretch things with fantasy and lore. It could be 2,000 years, even potentially. I don't know. We don't know how far back they're going to make it and how real world they will make it. It's not clear. You know, so
it's a long time.
It is a long time.
Hey, Trash Man 4. That's 4 4s for Fuzz Training Ammo Fund. Thank you so much. You know, we were actually looking at that, and was it a box of 9mm 50 rounds for?
It was $14.99 for a box of 50, which
9mm
of 9mm. Yeah.
That's
prices seem to be coming down a little bit.
Back to how they were like 4 years ago before the lockdown.
$12, $10 boxes of 9mm. You know.
Yeah, I definitely. On that note, training. Gosh, I miss when we were doing. We were about to do competition shooting. Like we went. To was it? What was it NRA Open?
So we did action pistol training. We did NRA pistol training. You've done your CWP training, and not with you. I've done hunter safety training. So you've had a number of different trainings, and you've also done simulation training.
Right, and we were doing that like all together. We were like training every month, and then
Right.
Yeah, so it's nice to see it go down. So thanks, Trash Man. We'll definitely we need to get back in there. Oh, in fact,
I know.
Iraq veteran. Maybe that's the next.
I know, right?
That'd be really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
We'll
He
see.
invited us to go to his range. So
yeah, in Georgia.
I would love to go to his range and shoot. Honestly, that would be a real treat. So we did say, like, we talk back and forth a little bit. We're like, okay, you know what? Maybe we would go to Georgia and go to your range. That'd be pretty sick, honestly.
That would be really
so I'd be
cool.
very honored to go to his range. He's a cool dude. So
yeah,
we might have to do that when we come back. After
maybe
a
in
trip.
several months, you guys will see a video like of us going through how it went, like a little vlog or something.
That would be fun. Yeah.
Haven't really hung out in Atlanta either, so that'd be fun to like go shooting and then go to Atlanta together.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks, Trash Man.
So Altona.
Altona Daniels.
Yeah.
Oh, she's an isom one. Yeah.
So real name Altona Daniels, 5'7", 130 pounds, birthplace Forest Park, Texas. First appearance isom #1. This is one of the original characters, of course, that was talked about when they did their big preview. So while not an except herself, Altona Daniels is of great interest to me as she is the sister of Avery Silman, aka Isom, the except known to me as Isom, who she seems to call in to aid her. However, it is unclear to what degree she is aware of his extracurricular activities or how much she knows about her own family history. Despite being human, she knows exceptional character and strength of will. Altona carries a position of significant importance at the corporation Projexus, a powerful company in Forest Park at the forefront of innovation and technology. Behind her strong character, I see she still carries the recent loss of her husband, Harold, in her heart as she raises her young child, Vassie, who is also becoming of interest to me. Will she take after her mother or grandmother? What a fascinating family. There's more here to learn.
Cool.
Power observation. A brilliant scientist, a physicist. Do not let her size fool you. She was a star soccer athlete for FBU. Now she is the chief technology officer for Projexus, which puts the company's resources at her fingertips. She is not one who is easily fooled and should not be dismissed.
Wow.
And actually, they also did, I won't go into all detail, but they also, in the Rippazine, they did put in some more details about Altona in here as well. Yeah, so there's some more, what they have, Lillian Renashi's, spilled tea, they put in there some more details about the universe and characters. So between the cards and Rippazine, you get some more universe development.
Can I just say, this is how you represent the rainbow. Okay. There's green, there's orange, there's purple, there's blue. Okay.
But definitely, this is a great.
No, I love it. I mean,
yeah, it's cool.
Literally,
it's really
they did
attractive.
such a good job.
It catches your eye.
Dude, Isom's orange, Bloodruth is red, Renashi's purple, Yaira's blue, Alpha Core's green.
Right.
I mean, they got the colors.
What colors do they need next? They need pink, brown.
They need pink,
orange,
white, baby blue, baby.
baby blue. Well, they got yellow.
Like these. What are these flags now? LGBTQ2.
Right.
1, 2, 3. 4,
well, for
5.
now, we're gonna focus on goodying because.
Oh, and this is the last one. Okay.
Right. This is the last one. So, goodying. Right. At least now we got some yellow color going on because he's got this kind of cool outfit because he's
blue
private
and
business
yellow.
guy. So.
Almost reminds me of Fallout colors, the blue and the
little bit. It gives a little
Mises
bit.
Caucus.
A little bit.
So he's super techie
blue.
Inventor.
Right. And they're showing behind him, there's like, these things kind of floating around him. It's like this. He's got some tech that's kind of just like hovering. It looks cool as you do the lenticular turn.
And this is his lair.
It's moving back and forth.
His inventor lair.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah. All right.
Very
so this
cool.
is going to be the next comic coming out. So it's and I believe this one's by Mike Barron, right? I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Goodyng wrote.
Let me double check.
Is writing the issue for Goodyng?
Let's double check because I don't know why my brain's having a fart here, but
it's a good thing. Goodyng.
Let me see. Yeah.
Goodyng. Sorry, that's so funny.
Right.
They
Mike
have
Barron.
fun names.
Right. Mike Barron's doing this one. That's right.
I just think there are so many good names. Yaira, Chadran, Brian Solmari. I mean, it's just cool stuff. Lillian Renaschi.
Yes. DCC also says, Davis says it is. Yeah. Mike Barron. Of course. Yes. Who also did Florida Man. Right. So.
Right. Yeah. He did
Florida Man. Yeah.
Which
I read that one. That was an interesting comic for sure.
Did it represent Florida Man?
It definitely was a very trailer
what
trash
part of Florida
comic.
man and woman? I don't, because there's many kinds of Florida men and
Yeah,
women.
it was the trailer
There's
trash
Miami,
version of
Florida men and
Man,
women.
yeah.
There's Tampa Bay.
It was like the bad headline Florida man comic, which it was really weird and wild and
There's
fun.
the Panhandle Florida
It's
people.
definitely
That's
a certain
basically
type of
Bama
yeah.
people and Georgia people.
Right.
Once you get to the north, it's basically Alabama and Georgia. So,
right.
Which part of Florida you talk?
It's more the Gators
north.
and the Everglades kind of Florida. You know
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So Goodyng, his real name, Cato Goodyng, height 5'11", weight 195 pounds. So with 195 pounds, he's got some muscle. Flores Park, Texas is his birthplace. He did appear in isom number 2. So he's a hero for the common person during superpowered uncertain times, or an opportunistic businessman with a flair for invention. Sorry, there's a question mark. I got to reread that. I'm sorry. A hero for the common person during superpowered uncertain times, or an opportunistic businessman with a flair for invention. Goodyng is the name and the man behind the full-service neighborhood future tech company. Goodyng creates and maintains all the robotics that army his various services, from home security to a full-on automated militia. Whoa. Anything to make you and your loved ones feel safe. I wonder if working with his own creations has affected his bedside manner, for he has always seemed more comfortable with machines than people. He does not seem to be in Flores Park out of the kindness of his heart, but his unique skill set hints at a richer, more complicated history. Oh. He could be an accept or simply one of the most exceptionally gifted people at his craft. Who knows? A dedicated investigator, Goodyng guarantees once hired to solve the problem with the specialized equipment. A dedicated investigator, Goodyng guarantees once hired to solve the problem with the specialized equipment. Sorry.
How will you have private investigation in the market, in the free market?
Well, they also showed private investigation with salvage PI, right, in the Rippaverse. So
yeah.
Yeah. So there's multiple types of, I guess you could say, private services here. So if he doesn't have the tool to do the job, he'll create it. So Goodyng seems to be more the guy who provides the direct force for protection, and then salvage PI seems to be more so the guy who's doing the investigation after the fact, like finding someone who did something maybe, or stopping it.
I see. Right.
So
I wonder if they'll like team up, because they're kind of like
Hey,
similar.
at Fork Fest, miss you all.
Oh,
Thank you so
Fork
much.
Fest. Oh, cool.
AKA, isn't it Pork Fest, or is it Fork Fest or Pork? I don't even know.
Oh, Fork Fest. The how they have like food.
Right.
In a tent. Yeah. Okay. So that's one of the
one of the features. Right.
People there. Awesome.
Hey, James says hello from me and my toddler. Wish you guys a great stream. Oh,
Yeah,
thanks, James. I appreciate it.
Oh,
Trent
cool.
says greetings from South Florida. May Godzilla be with you. Yes, may
Hey,
Godzilla
what's up,
be
Trent?
with us all.
What's up from SoFlo? We used to live there. It's hot, probably. It's
Very
probably
hot,
like
very
100 degrees.
All right, let's get back to the focus. Power observation. A master craftsman when it comes to robotics and medicine. His robots come in a variety of skill sets and designs, from aerial drones to dog-like sentinels. Ooh, that roam the earth. Kind of reminds me of Boston
I wonder if
Dynamics.
he'll meet the head of Projexis, because they're kind of like,
I'm sure
They
there's
might be,
going to be
yeah.
some conflict at some point with them. You know what I mean?
because they're both kind of
two
into
techie people, right.
technology and the new way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
His machinery and arsenal are at the next level. He is constantly improving his creations. It is hard to tell if it is perfectionism or obsession. Perhaps it's both. He creates healing tonics and uses advanced medical equipment to save lives.
Dude, I want to be Goodyng.
Accepts can so easily cause.
That's a hero. Just providing, being someone in the market that's providing and meeting needs. So
Yeah,
cool.
so it seems like this character's definitely going to be good for all kinds of situations where people need to be saved. You can already kind of tell that he's going to be one of those people who comes in clutch when you need like extra help with force or to be healed, like maybe someone's dying. I mean, they're saying tonic, so that sounds like one of those health pack people, like in a video game, right? You're like, oh my gosh, we're
that
gonna
was
die.
literally in Fallout,
Like
which
in
again,
Fallout,
it kind of I'm sorry, just the blue in the suit, it just reminds me of Fallout. I can't help it.
Right. Definitely different Fallout, because they're
but
definitely not
they have the
underground after
stimmy
nuclear
packs.
Fallout. But
Well, they have the stimmy packs. So you
Right.
just like stab yourself, and it's just like, oh,
Right.
my health.
That's a
is
common
back.
video game trope of like, oh, there's a health pack, and like from Halo to whatever, you walk over a health pack, that kind of thing. But,
Okay, that just made me think.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, if you're watching this, you better make a video game one of these days, because this would be so cool as a video game. All the different like characters and stuff.
I imagine that's other one, but don't waste your money on a video game off the
I
bat.
know,
It's
that's
very
a lot.
expensive.
I just say
Build the
later,
universe.
later.
Right, way later. Yeah, get it
But
going.
there's a lot of good stuff in here.
Yeah, build
really
the universe first. Build the story, then make the video game. So that way it's robust. Yeah.
Family fun for years to come.
Definitely. Okay. Well, that's awesome. We did it. We went through our selection cards here. Pull up the box together and show that off. So there it is. The box, we have emptied it.
Once open, there's no going back.
Yeah,
And
there's
that's
no going
true.
back.
Now I know a lot more.
Right. So there it is. For you all here, we have Chad Rand, number 12. We have Sydney Bloodruth, number 13. We have Sanford Willard, number 14. You have
sorry.
this. You have Lincoln, whose name I still don't know how to pronounce. Eusebio. User in bio. Someone tell me. Galvin, number 16.
Yeah.
You have Billy Bob, 17.
Bob.
McDavies,
like
18. Stefania, 19. Yeah, everybody else's name's pretty easy to say. Altona Daniels, 20. Goodying, 21. So that's it. That's a wrap. That's the Dokumaan cards. So it's okay if you aren't able to get it. If you just happen to miss out, at least you can check it out here and make sure next time to grab your cards before they're all gone.
Nice.
So
very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Back in.
Yeah.
And there you go. So yeah, great work, Rippaverse team. Just really love just following you guys and seeing what you guys are doing. And we've been following Eric for over 5, 6, 7 years.
For me, 10.
Yeah, was that even before I started the Philosopher? Like
way back.
Eric was doing he was doing.
No, yeah. No, he was aware of the stuff that I was doing way back in the day, like
with the Anarchy Ball,
comic and the Anarchy Ball, also way before all this stuff. So yeah, it's very, very
long history.
But
yeah.
It's so cool to see this grow and to see the universe grow, and I think it's very exciting. I think that with even with all these different types of nods of what's going on with characters, it's still enough there that you're like, okay, there's plenty more to discover. It's not like, oh, everything's out there. No, it's like there's so much more to actually figure out and to see how it's going to come together. So this is good. It's good teaser content, and it makes it easy to get into it and be like, okay, I want to know what happens next, kind of thing. So
definitely, yeah. I'm excited to read the rest of the origin stories, because once all the origin stories are out and done, then you're really getting deeper and deeper into the universe with isom. So it's going to be really cool to follow. And
yeah. That's DCC says Soldier should be a character in the video game when isom knew more back. I like that.
Yeah, I love that.
That's fun. Yeah, I don't crossover stuff, this, that, but certainly Voluntarius will continue to grow as Rippaverse grows in tandem, and we have some big things coming out for the second half of this year, especially because not only are we doing the sequel to the last issue, it's going to be
Suit Saga 2 is being worked on right now as we speak.
And Voluncap, our newest standalone title.
Yeah,
that's all I have at the moment to show. Everything else is under
wraps. This is cover B.
That's not cover B, actually. That's a character card.
Oh, this is not cover B.
No, that's from the last campaign. It's a preview.
Character card.
It's a character card.
But
it was a little sneak teaser. There was a cover sneak preview. There was an art print that came with the last thing, so you got a teaser of that. Yeah. But we're going to be doing our first ever standalone.
That just shows the artist is good at continuity.
Yes, that's good continuity.
But yeah, so Voluncap One Shot is also coming out. So that's what we have for the rest of this year. I think it'll be wrapped up and kicked off those campaigns, Suit Saga 2 and Voluncap.
So in terms of comic book campaigns, those are the two big things for second half of 2024 is Voluntarius Suit Saga 2, Voluncap One Shot beginning that series, first ever new title in the Voluntarius universe. We're going to make it bigger and better than ever. I think you're really going to be impressed with what we got. And of course, we have some other projects generally. Besides that, as you know, we always do all kinds of things from the kids book to music video stuff. But in terms of our comic book
we have our second kids book.
It's reading the road there. That's why. So you have to put it all the way up that. Yeah, you get them long arms.
Thank you. Thanks for your long arms. My hands are short.
Yeah, short hands don't make it all the way.
Short arms.
So it's exciting. I mean, it's super cool, and especially because we were watching the Boys the other night, which I read cover to cover, and they just made it way more SJW than ever. I mean, way beyond the comic.
So it's not the author; it's the producer.
Yeah, Eric Kripke has made it. He went and he took it to the next level, and then he's just like, I don't even care anymore. He's like, I'm going to tell you my.
What would you describe him as? Like New World Order, authoritarian socialist? Because that's how it felt. Because he's like, humans are like a stain on humanity.
He's just your typical Hollywood democratic socialist, essentially. He's just your typical progressive, buys into the big deep state thing, like the government's good, deep state's good, right? And
it's just corporations that make the government bad, and if you can kick out the corporation, well, the government will be great, you know?
Right. So they have all those things, and people were surprised by that in a lot of cases, because they thought in the earlier Boys, they thought that they were more even-handed in their criticisms, because they would make fun of like them doing virtue signaling with their SJW stuff, and you know, with the corporation Vought, like doing these types of like gimmicky things. And so they thought, some people were thinking that was supposed to be a critique. It almost
seemed like anti-war a little bit, because they were trying to say like, oh, war is bad and look what happens, like all these different, you know.
But the thing is that when it comes to the critiques, it's actually that it's so far left that people missed out that they're actually critiquing the commercialization of the tokenization, the SJW stuff. So they're so far left, they're actually saying, oh, this is just virtue signaling on the left, and we don't like that. We want real, you know, actual democratic socialism and real representation.
Right. They don't think the corruption and the wars is caused by a lack of property rights, like libertarians, volunteers, and ANCAPs do. They think it's because of too much property rights. It's too lax. The government is too permissible, and it's just allowing things, and they're being bought off. They
have the typical tropes of basically like they show the military industrial
complex. But they don't talk about taxation.
Right.
They don't talk about the Federal Reserve. They don't talk about all the coercion and extortion that the state actually initiates. They're just focused on, you know, oh, there's just this bad corporation here.
Well, they do talk about that, but it's actually more so from the perspective that it's due to corporations. So like it's a typical leftist trope that essentially government, if they do have any bad actors or there's some bad apples, it's because those people are not woke enough, and they're not leftist enough, and they're not into democratic socialism enough. They're being controlled by the big corporations and the military industrial complex.
Evil capitalists.
Right. And essentially
by people who love profit.
Yeah. And so, but I mean, what he did on this new one, which was like crazy above and beyond, because he did this whole arc again. If you are still gonna watch the show, don't want spoilers, pause, whatever, or come back.
This is a spoiler stream of everything.
Yeah, so much spoiler. But basically, you know, they were doing this whole arc where they had this conspiracy convention, and they took it so far. People,
basically like Make America Great Again, Trump supporters motifs.
Right. They made a bunch of stereotypes, but they confused so many different aspects to it, where they wanted to bundle so many concepts together that it got to a point that it was just ridiculous, because they want to be like, oh, you're both you know, white nationalist and anti-Semitic, and also chemtrails, you know.
Yeah, you're crazy. Oh, and you believe that this whole Planet Ping Pong Pizza, you know, that whole pizza thing, and the Podesta emails is just a conspiracy.
Well, so you're
crazy.
They combine it with other things, and they go so far as to downplay Jeffrey Epstein and all other stuff, saying, "Oh, well, you think that he killed
you believe Jeffrey Epstein killed himself?" They even said that.
So well, not that you believe he killed himself. They're making fun of people who think that he didn't kill himself. So so basically, what they go so far to create this wide swath that they're essentially just telling, you know, people who they are hating on, and they use
the bias is like so obvious.
Yeah,
because it's too many topics wrapped in one, like you said. That
it's so preachy at that point.
Have nothing to do with the core character values, like whoever's speaking. It's not like part of their origin story or character development, you know, which is one thing, like, you know, but they just kind of wrap up everything, which makes it feel more preachy. Like, oh, okay.
Well, and of course, it's also a change from the canon. I've read The Boys cover to cover the entire series, you know, and The Boys has lots of bad things in it, and the guy who wrote it is certainly a leftist nationalist, and he has his communist simping stuff in there. But they take it to the next level in the show to make it modern, even more, you know, intentionally divisive that way.
Wasn't the writer already a communist?
He from my reading of his history and his intellectual history, he had Love Sausage, who, you know, was his sausage. Right. He had a big wiener.
God. Yeah. How is that? Oh my God. You think libertarian comics is cringe? How is that not cringe? Literally going, oh my God, Karl Marx has a love sausage. Like, what?
Yeah. So essentially, right, they make it very clear in that comic who his sympathies are toward, even though he eventually, and this is the comic series, but Butcher kills Love Sausage because he's a tanky. So it just shows you that he has sympathies toward communism, but he doesn't want tankies. He wants his form of like democratic socialist, communist leaning society. That's the kind of thing that he's for. But Eric Kripke is just your typical progressive democratic socialist in his own flavor. So he's putting his values in there very clearly, and he even uses Firecracker or whatever her name is, who's the American nationalist conspiracy girl, to be like, oh yeah, these people are just stupid and they just need purpose and they're going to be nobodies and no one's going to remember them. That's why I'm
basically
here.
That's why everything believe is a lie, because it's lies to make them feel like they have purpose in this life. So basically everyone in the liberty movement who questions the government
conspiracy movement
official narrative
that they're putting, and it's not liberty movement.
True. Liberty is just a part of it.
They label it more as MAGA, but they tie in a lot of liberty or libertarian themes sprinkled within it as they go through, like the gun
like
stuff.
Free speech, Second Amendment.
Free speech is like to
vilify people who want that.
Exactly.
Property
so
rights.
It's just it gets pretty insane because they draw the line so starkly that you just start going they're just literally, they're actually preaching directly. Like it's like the mouthpiece of the producer writer, Kripke is saying what he thinks of the people watching the show who fall into how he stereotypes his
so he's
version
more of like
people.
a tanky, whereas the original
he's
writer.
Not a tanky. No, he's
Kripke.
Neither of them are tankies.
Oh, I see.
Both of them
just seems more authoritarian based on what they
both of them are
for.
left authoritarians in terms of they want state central planning and they want democratic socialism. Essentially, that's their true values
and control.
And they want to downplay, at least the modern writer for the show. He's trying to downplay the state Hollywood connections as relates to sexual assault and sexual abuse, which is crazy. Like to try to even like downplay Epstein, which is like so known. And on top of that,
and
like,
the FBI is involved. Like
it's just like it's so out of touch to be like, oh
really
yeah, I'm going to put this in your face where it's obviously so well known and established that this is a real thing. And even people like Harvey Weinstein literally got charged and put in jail for his sexual assault.
This has got to be.
You can't.
This is an Amazon original, right? So Amazon original.
Yeah.
And Amazon definitely has defense contracts with the U.S. federal government. Like,
right, it's all deep state propaganda.
Is this all part of
deep
state propaganda? Operation Mockingbird, right?
Operation Mockingbird is where they have specific
Hollywood movies or
control over different news outlets and Hollywood things. So the CIA has a liaison office.
They control the narrative. They're like, hey, if you want to use our government property, whatever, government tanks, whatever, give you approval to shoot your movie, well, make sure you paint the CIA, FBI, whatever, the government in a good light. And that's why it's so rare to find a movie that really goes at the core of what the nature of government is. I mean, like, that's why, big dream, but we're working to make it happen. But I want to see Voluntarious, humanity's last stand against government as a movie. Like
this
that
is
would
like
be
the anti-boys. This is like whatever the boys is. This is the opposite of that.
Can you imagine, right?
Except it's not.
Come
even
on,
preachy.
Jeff Bezos.
Right. It's not
how about
preachy.
you actually?
It's not even crazy. But but just the point being is that with what they're doing at this point, it's so clearly a desperate last throw at this kind of deep state propaganda leading up to the end of this year.
And who are they targeting?
And
young minds, young impressionable minds who are their parents don't just let them watch.
We were just talking about this too, how when it comes to these types of shows, obviously a lot of these shows are rated for 18 plus. Yeah. It's like, there's no way this is for anything for kids, but they count on the fact and how they script it. They count on the fact there's going to be parents out there who are absent or not around to check their kids' technology, and they're middle school and they're on Amazon. They're going to watch this and they're going to see these tropes of, oh, parents are stupid, dumb, bad.
Capitalism is bad.
Right, capitalism is bad.
Profit motives are evil.
Kids are smart and they know what's best, and the best thing is to have the deep state
parents are
and
stupid,
have democratic socialism.
But the state is your protector and they're better than your parents.
Right. So it's just crazy how hard they're going on this angle, and it does seem desperate. Like it's what I mean? Especially because it said, oh, well, this will be the last season and I don't care if it's woke, don't watch it if you like it. It just seems so desperate to try to shove down these particular messages leading up to, November this year.
And it's June, it's Pride Month. It's gay.
Oh, it was definitely the most.
And I ain't talking happy gay. It's gay.
It was the most not, Which again,
I'm like, okay, here's another spoiler.
They take characters.
How can you give up a girl who's loving? She feeds you. You want the hoo-wee-wee? If you've seen the episode, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's the French guy, and he has Kamiko's like his Japanese girlfriend, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, she takes care of you. She's strong. She can literally her whole face comes off, and she's strong. She's okay. She cares about you. She cares about family. She tries to feed you.
Yeah.
Right. She cares about you. She's like, you get enough sleep? You okay? How you doing? And he's like, I'm sorry. I want the wee. Because he's French. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. It was just
so they take characters and they just make them all. It's just ridiculous.
Everyone has identity crisis.
We're just like
everyone's confused about what they want. There's no strong committed relationships, strong monogamous relationships. We've been together 50, 60 years. We're
every mom or dad is so dysfunctional to the nines. And and everybody else is just doing all kinds of crazy, nasty things. So it's again, I think the show, obviously, The Boys, is a fun show.
That's why it just feels Marxist.
It
feels so Marxist because
very propaganda.
It's like F the nuclear family, F your parents, join the state. Let's have a big, strong state, and we'll take take care of each other by votes.
It's really something, and that's what I'm just saying. I'm just saying that with this type of content out there, it's just making it easier for the alternatives.
For content like the Rippaverse.
Right, like for Rippaverse, Altarius, and others to come out with stuff as alternatives to that, right? You know what I mean? It's just becoming easier and easier because they're making it so
with good stories that actually illustrate reality, that help you process and understand reality and appreciate it, and appreciate the beauty that is to be had in this world, and also to see the evil that is out there so that what we got to stop, what we have to end. So it's just I love going through the unboxing for Rippaverse. I mean, it's like Christmas every time we get a box from Rippaverse.
Yeah.
Also, because you do load up, it's not like you get one thing.
Yeah.
So we like to get all the perks that we can. In fact, are we allowed to say what's coming up for Yaira? Like the perk?
Oh, well, we could. Yeah, we picked up the Yaira statue, so we got that right off the bat.
That's crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
That they had you said a legit a known toy
McFarlane
maker.
Toys. Yeah.
Right. I'm not really into collecting toys until now. I have One Piece stuff.
Yeah,
from
I got you. Right.
Thanks, and
you're welcome.
Meliodas.
Yeah.
But this is gonna be cool. Actually, Yaira will be. I'm gonna have it on my desk because that's so cool to walk into. You got Luffy right there. You got Yaira.
Right.
And it's let's work out today. 50 burpees at least.
I think it's gonna be cool. I'm excited to see it when we get in. We'll do a little video of it. We'll showcase it all because it's one of those.
We'll definitely do an unboxing.
Then unboxing plus detailed up close video kind of thing. So
it'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we gotta head out.
Yeah. Thanks so much, everyone, for hanging out. Hope you have a wonderful Father's Day.
And thank you, Robert, for your support. Thank you, Trash Man, for the ammo fund. Yes, we need to get back in the raid and hit some more targets for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for coming by.
Please hit Reich.
Yes. Oh, and yes, David, definitely would be cool. A Voluntarius statue. Absolutely. I mean, we've prototyped a number of those things over the years. We've made a few action figures.
Yeah, action figures.
We have kind of the prototype
but
stuff,
not a statue, like a full on.
Haven't made a resin statue. It would be, it is expensive to do, but one day.
One day.
Yeah. So thanks, Alpha Proto, for coming by. Have a good one. Take care.